Hello, good evening, everybody. Hi, nice to meet you. Oh my goodness, why suddenly Esther is having such a long hair, looking so close? It really scared me. Wow.
Because my computer cannot turn on, so I'm using the iPad.
I see, no problem. But it just suddenly doesn't look like you, Esther. Like most of the time, you're far away from the screen. Suddenly, it's so close to me. It's okay, it's okay. Zhonghe was like, Uncle Raymond, can you just behave yourself properly and talk properly for goodness sake? Hello, Zixing. Okay. Let's start. Today we have a lot of things to share. One is the war poem, and I think I better mute my handphones. And the other ones will be going through the war. I want to finish up by today the war, and then we're talking about society and security, and then we go through some of your homeworks by some of your classmates. Okay, Winnie, Mooker, and Qingyue. Oh, okay. I think whoever, please turn on your camera. Susan, please turn on your camera. I need 5 food. Oh, poor thing, you haven't eaten. Hello, Susan. Nice to meet you. All right, Susan, well done. You did ready, you do corrections, then you submit, and then you did your war poem. Very interesting. But the war poem is a bit short. I think I reflect to you. I already sent you the feedbacks in the Google Classroom. Later, we'll go through the poem, as well as I want you to vote for me to tell me which poem for the set 2 is one of the best. I told you before, right? You guys will get some Starbucks voucher or e-gift from Uncle Raymond. Qingyue, hi, how are you? Last week you did not come, right? So would you mind to turn on your camera, please? Hi, Muka also, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, I'm still coughing. Okay, so let's go to the lesson. Oh my God. Oh, who is not in? Can somebody help me? Because I also quite blur. Who is not in? Seriously, we have child student, but I can't remember who is not in. But I have to go ahead with my lesson now. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 is not here. Who are the 2? Let me check out. Ipa is here, Zixing is here, Esther is here. Hao Xian is not here, right? Yuni is here, Qing is here, Susan is here, Ethan is not here. Jiang Ren Ziting is here. Okay, Ethan and Hao Xian not here. Oh yeah, Hao Xian submit the homework late. Oh, 37 is still okay. If it's 37 and above, good luck to you. And then if you have sore throat and you have cough and then a bit of fever, flu, good luck to you. You welcome to the family of COVID-19. But that is part and parcel of it. Need to drink a lot and lots of water. Okay, my dear? Right, whoever is going to send me to me, okay? Just drink a lot of water, okay? And do not take spicy food, because if it's more or less it's a sign to tell you that you may get COVID positive or Omicron. All right, so we're going to go through the essay later on. This is the themes that I would like to fix it like this for the rest of, hopefully as long as we can. So last week we talked about what is adjective, and yet I've not seen any of you have submit the adjective homework to Uncle Raymond's, right? Right, Ziting, agree or not? Last week we went through this, right? Did we? 嘉荣有没有？子欣有没有？乌哥有没有？秦叶有没有？ Can you remember, Esther? Susan, you might turn on the camera. Thank you. Susan, did we go through this now? Last week? Remember the sense, right? They ask you to do the sentences, right? Then we will talk about this as well. The order, right? Remember I told you about. Yeah, I know, Qingye. So never mind. Oh, you have COVID. Welcome to the club. Now it's very normal already, very common already. Okay. Whether you get it or not, it's just like whether sometime in life you will get chicken pox, sometime in life you will not get chicken pox. No? It's like that. Okay. So, but anyway, thank God. I know you had already, so thank God it's over. Move on. So let's move on to this one. I told you adjectives is very important, whether you're going by the shape, size, color, age, which I mentioned last week. Now this is to recap. So later, if we have the time, we are going to go through the adjective like this. So by right, you're supposed to give me adjective to describe this one. War is bloody, grotesque, horrifying to witness in my life when I was a World War II soldier. What does this sentence tell you? This sentence told me that these soldiers that went through a tremendous hardship and see his body being killed, maybe broken limbs or very ugly scenes where all his surroundings of friends was killed. Okay, then the society we are going to live in must be civilized, peaceful, and kind to all walks of life on this Mother Earth. So it's 23 words, present tense, using adjective. Now, adjective and preposition, children, you must know that it is very important to any of the essay writing. And also, we are talking about this coming to what are the negative and positive effect of the war. Did we go through this now, Ziting? Ziting? Did we go through this, the negative? Hello? I can't see you. Qingye, will you mind turn on your camera, please? Except Yi Bao. No, did we do? Have or not, Susan? No, okay. Zixing will be kind enough. Now, you see, war, everything has always the two sides of the coin, whether positive and not negative, right? So it doesn't mean always war is bad. Sometimes war is good is to get rid of some bad people. Sometimes war is good, is bad because it have a devastating effects to the world economies, to the society, and so on. So what we want to know is that how bad is the impact? To see? Will you mind read to the class, please?
Contrary to the common belief that war has only negative effects, it also has some positive impacts. However, whereas the negative effects of war are the same regardless of the place of war, the positive effects may vary depending on where the war occurred. The most common negative impacts of war include loss of human lives, economic losses due to destruction of capital, as well as disruption of trade, human suffering, the spread of diseases, displacement of people, and destruction of the environment, among others.
I think we all know, even the leaders knows that when you're reading this passage, it can be a comprehension passage, it can be your essay, but we all know that, right? The effect is bad. How come? For goodness sake, Winnie? Why Hitler, Stalin, or even those bad people still want to kill and destroy life? You know, in the past, we are talking about those people taking sword and knife, bow and arrow, right? And they still kill people. And then they know that after killing people, they will have disease and all these things. Why? Anyone can tell me why? For fun and laughter. Okay, you play game, never mind. COD, you play, but you should die. Never mind. Do you know in past, there's this great leader. Very sad, all of you sad one student. I say the word very sad now, and very disappointed is that nowadays, Singapore, the MOE doesn't cover the ancient history. One of the very interesting part that's in the Indian history, there's this emperor. You go and Google it, it's called Asoka. A-S-O-K-A, Emperor Asoka, or King Asoka. Yeah, King Asoka. He was the one who killed a lot, expanded the empire until one fine day he met释迦牟尼, Buddha. Then he decided 放下屠刀立地成佛。听过这句话哦 ，Vinny， 有没有听过？你们有没有听过？放下屠刀立地成佛。
We learn it in primary school.
Huh?
We learn it in primary school.
Wow, good. Your school must be good. Any school that encourage Chinese, this type of things is well done. Qingye, well done. Which primary school were you from?
Cat High.
哦，怪不得公教，当然啦。Even though Catholic is a Catholic school 啊，嘛公教《弟子规》对，放下屠刀立地成佛，就是 giving up. And surprisingly, after that, the Ahsoka just give up, no, don't want to fight. He expand the empire, but guess what? Because of the good things he did, he expand the empire. And I like to watch this kind of Tamil or Hindi movies where they got very historical background. And one of them is Ahsoka. It's very touching. It's very nice. And of course, they talk about the life of the Sijiamoni. Okay, and thanks, Ting. You realize that even though there is these bad things happening, when you write the essay, later I will teach you a new format, okay, to summarize, or not summarize, to tell you how to do this kind of essay. Thank you, Zixing. Will Ziting continue to read the next paragraph, please?
On the other hand, war can also impact the economy positively in the short term, as during the Great Depression during the 1980s in the United States. The war mobilization efforts and military spending stirred capacity utilization and reduced unemployment through increased army conscription. Technology advancements are also a positive impact of war. The railroad networks of European, for instance, that had a significant military strategy input in terms of countering enemy attacks, also helped the civilians.
Stop. Because it's very lengthy, I want to digest bit by bit. Do you know sometimes through war, do you know how internet come about? I always like to use it. Do you know how internet come about? Anyone can tell me? Susan? Anyone? Muka? Zhonghen? Are you there, Zhonghen? Oh yeah, okay. I thought you freeze though. You don't move, suddenly scare me. Okay, anyone can tell me? Zixing? Qingye? Yibao? Okay, what happened? Internet is called, actually before that it's called ARPANET. Okay, ARPANET is actually used in US to counter-attack the Cold War of Russia. So all of us know, right? We don't put all eggs into one basket. So what happened? The US decided to have a separate distributed network. So they have this connection to the university, to the FBI, to the space shelters, to the military defense, everything. So they spread it out. So in case they worried that, Esther, they worried that the Russia will send a nuclear missile and hit to Washington, D.C., which is the capital of United States of America. So as such, they decided to separate them all around the United States of the 50 states of America. But then in 1989, slowly the Cold War ended. Then 不用了吗？我们不用担心 Russia 了，对吗？ So eventually this ARPANET changed into the World Wide Web. This is how the internet evolved, you see. You may not know, because one of the topic when I was studying my university that time is doing this. And then when I was teaching my private diploma for my student, we also talk about this. So this is called the foundation, the birth of internet. So anything also started off. For example, the E equal to MC squared for Albert Einstein. We talk about the atomic bomb. We talk about the synthetic rubber, because during World War II, you need rubber, right, to make rubber for the tire. But because of the war, people cannot go to tap rubber from the rubber tree. So Germans and other countries come up with synthetic rubbers, equivalent to the natural rubbers. So through war, sometimes new inventions, the paradigm shift came up. So you have to ask, Uncle Raymond, is it important? Yes, it's definitely important. Whether because war itself is not just wasting resources. I think a lot of students has used it, WAR stand for wasting all resources. Very good to use that. But sometimes through war, you create new ideas. You forced to do something. Ladies and gentlemen, I think if without the pandemic today, we will not have this trace together. We will not come new technology of having the mask or having the kind of trace together, or even the apps, or even come out new vaccines for whatever reason, right? Who knows, children? Your generations might come out because of this pandemic and this COVID-19. It may be a breakthrough of cancer. It may be a breakthrough of cancer. All right, seriously, right? You know, a lot of us, even my good relative also, my grandma also died because of breast cancer. And a lot of people also die of cancer. My student also die of cancer. So hopefully with this breakthrough, sometime in life, we come up new things, new inventions. That doesn't mean children, war must be bad. Because like what Tzu Ting was reading, technological advancements are also a positive impact in war. Seriously. And to be honest, if you tell me, guys, before I continue, do you say, can you show me a thumbs up and a clap? If you agree that the sentence says like this, let me put it this way. Because yesterday I asked my Set3 and Set4 students, they can't really tell me this. Okay, I'm typing. Which one is correct? Can you all tell me? Should you say Russia and Ukraine go to war, or Ukraine and Russia go to war? If you agree the first one, thumbs up. If you agree the second one, Ukraine and Russia, right. May I see the vote, please? Thank you. Okay, so the first one for Zhonghen. Oh, okay. Yes, Winnie. Good girl. You asked a good questions. Anyone? Any difference?
Uncle, which one is which again?
Okay, 第一个是 you don't talk lah. I think you better hold on to your throat lah. Drink more water. Okay, you just type for me. Yibao, should I say Russia and Ukraine go to war, or Ukraine and Russia go to war? You just tell me which one. Is there any different? Winnie was saying, what's different? Second one. Okay, I already did an internet check, Google check, whatever check. Later you want got free time to go and check. It's always Russia and Ukraine. Why? Why we mention Russia first? Who is the one who is the aggressor? Who is the attacker? Russia, right? Correct now. So for me is I want to emphasize that Russia. So Russia and Ukraine is who declare war first. 中恒你明白吗 ？Who declare war? 不是 Ukraine 吗？是 Russia 对吗？ So you say Russia and Ukraine go to war. Russia attack Ukraine. You see, it's 比较顺嘛，对不对 ？More smooth. Okay, we need get it up. Nothing wrong to say Ukraine and Russia go to war and Ukraine was being attacked by Russia. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. But it sounds more better, right? Right? Russia attack Ukraine. You get me now? It's more smoother. So sometimes you have to think, why? Sometimes you might see, how come some news articles say Ukraine and Russia are now in wars and the civilians? Then another news say Russia is now and Ukraine with war. So sorry, who? Just like for example, Winnie, if I were to say Zhonghen and Uncle Raymond's are quarreling, okay? Or if I say Uncle Raymond and Zhonghen are quarreling. So Winnie, the first thing is that, must be Uncle Raymond and Zhonghen quarrel. So must be Uncle Raymond started the quarrel. 你明白吗 Winnie? Okay? But actually not true. Zhonghen bullied me first. So I cannot take it. I quarrel with him. 开玩笑 okay? So 明白 So these are the little things. Well done, Winnie. Very good. You ask any different? Yes. This is where this is the platform for you to ask questions. If I cannot find the answer immediately, I will definitely find an answer by hook or by crook. Carry on. Who is supposed to be Tzu Ting? Carry on. The GPS.
The GPS system, which was specifically developed to enhance navigation by US military during the 1990s, has found great use among the civilians today. The First World War helped establish machinery that would help maintain world peace. The League of Nations was founded after World War I as a platform for disputes peacefully, and even though it has been criticized of failing to avoid World War II, it set precedents for the
precedents for the formations of the United Nations. One more time.
It set precedents for the formation of the United Nations. Some wars have also led to the end of
despotic leaderships.
despotic leadership in various countries across the world, such as Libyan civil war that led to the ousting of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011.
Okay, I tell you a joke, not you. I got this student reading Mama Garfield. Mama Garfield. Sorry, it's Gaddafi. Okay, there is a Garfield cousin called Gaddafi. Gaddafi is one of the dictators who has been very bad to the people, and they are very anti-American. We don't use anti here. Sorry, we are British, so we call anti. So the League of Nations is actually for those of you who are really love history and decided to embark Sec3 history. You need to know the League of Nations. League of Nations was a failure that caused today what we developed the United Nations. League of Nations at that time is to prevent World War I to prevent World War II from happening, because World War I started because a lot of things, different ideology. Okay, most of the time they want to get rid of imperialism, 就是那个国王。In the 1900s, before that, they got a lot of king, Tsars, emperor. So they decided to get rid of this kind of dictatorships. So, Uncle Raymond, why should I learn all this war? Does it impact in my real life? Yes, we are talking about, listen carefully, okay? We are talking about leadership quality here, right? You can have, I always emphasize, you can have the best mathematician, scientist. If this guy were to have a very evilish and a devilish or satanic idea to create the world as an atomic bomb or something like that, then this leadership will be have to ask up and get rid of it. So when we are talking about this, you heard of this, children, never let history repeat itself. Now, children, I mean, seriously, if you guys know hard feeling, if you guys can turn back the clock and go back to last year for PSLE and tell your old self, Winnie, or Jia Rong, or Zixing, Esther, or Yipa, or Buka, or Ziting, any one of you, and tell your old self, hey, 我跟你讲这个 question 会出来我那个什么要好好读书，不然就怎么样了。I mean, you will do that, right? Ziting, correct? 哇，好像小叮当这样进去那个 time machine, go back and tell your old self, right? Man proposed, God opposed, dispose that ideas. But I'm telling you that if really there's a time machine to go back, I won't want to change my own self maybe. I would want to tell myself to moving forwards to improve my life quality. Because by going back, you are actually 逃避现实, right? You agree with that? You are actually running away from failures and challenges. In life, we have to move forward, not backward. So this war we are telling us, we are fighting our internal war. Okay, that's like some of you. Can I show of hand? A quick one. Who love history? Who like history? Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ, man! There's nobody love history. Seriously, 完蛋了咯，死了，完蛋了。Okay, now I change my question. Who hate history? 也是没有 Yes, Esther or Ziting?
Don't like.
Esther, you hate history?
Not like it, but don't like history.
Okay, so I give the scenario now. Option A, I don't like history. Okay, because the subject is boring. Option 2, I don't like the history teacher. Option 3 is I don't like the subject and I don't like the history teacher. Who choose C? Susan, you don't like history, right? Susan, do you like history or not? You like history, yeah? You don't like, why?
Because the teacher is boring.
Oh, you mean he stand like that, huh? Look at here, look, Susan. So class, today you understand, huh? So stand first, row the boat, huh? Go to Singapore, then say hi to the Sultan, shake hand, sign the treaty, plant the flag, and say, yay, we are here. Is it that boring? Hey, I tell you what, children, if you tell me that the history teacher is boring and you don't like the subject, I think it doesn't justify, it's no justice to you. Huh? It's very stupid, guys. All right, don't. History is actually a very boring subject. I totally agree. It's how you make it history more interesting. Seriously. Geography is also not boring. It's how you make it interesting. But if you ask me, is math boring? I can 101% tell you it's damn bloody boring. Winnie got 10 apples. He give 5 apples to Jiarong. Jiarong give half of the apple to Zixing. Zixing decided to buy another 3 apples to give to Ziting. How many apples do they have altogether? You know what I do? Please ask Siri. Sorry, guys. I find this kind of math is kind of boring. Anyway, I want to share you is like I'm fighting my internal war myself that I cannot get along with math. And when it comes to math, I stone. I cannot do. But when it comes to poems or other things, I can do because that is language to me. So guys, you have to find your niche market. Susan, if you don't like the history teachers, you have to find a way to cope it because next year you still have to do history, like it or not. True or not? All right. So who knows, maybe one day this subject is so important. I think, Susan, you should take history, in my opinion, from the way I see you. All right? Seriously. And Qingyue, I think you also should take history, in my opinion. All right? I may be wrong, but from what I see, okay? Next, carry on, my dear Ziting. In conclusion,
even though war has negative effects, it also has some notable positive impact.
exactly. Everything got 2 sides of the coin. It's a double-edged sword. Okay? You must know that 公说公有理，婆说婆有理，其中道理在哪里？道理是在你的心里。How you decide the pros and cons. Okay, cloning is a technique. We are talking about cloning now. You guys have to do. Did I give you the essay, Susan, about war and cloning? Did I give you these questions? War and cloning, which is more serious? Yuma? Don't have. Okay, come, let's start. Jiarong, Jiarong, you read already? No. Jiarong, can you read the first paragraph?
Cloning is a technical scientists use to make exact genetic copies of living things. Genes, cells, tissues, and even whole animals can all be cloned. Some clones already exist in nature. Single-celled organisms like bacteria make exact copies of themselves each time they reproduce.
Thank you. Yeah, you see that the cloning is a kind of techniques that the scientist is going to look at how the genetic copies of living things, like for example, the cell, the genes, the tissues, can it be done? Yes. If not today, how can we fight against the COVID-19 viruses of germs of bacteria? It is where is how human beings had to conquer the war internally first. You have to conquer your fear first so that you have nothing to fear. Why? Because like cloning itself, is it good to the environment, to the world? So I actually want to share with you the Sec2 last week. Surprisingly, first time in my life, I've been doing Zoom for coming 2 years. No, 2 years, right? Since the COVID until now, I did a Ting Talk, and Zoom for 2 years plus. First time last month and last week, the Sec2 student did a debate. So for example, let's say we have this group here. Where's the group? Let me see, where's the group? Let's say this group. So that's like team A, we talk about war. Okay, so you have war. And team B, you talk about cloning. Okay, sorry. Then team C, you talk about war, and then team D, you talk about cloning. So the team A and B will fight with one another to say why war is more serious. I think debate questions, right? Why is war is more serious to the world, right? Let's move on. So there are 3 types of clonings. So what are the 3 types? Muga, will you mind read to the class, please? Thank you.
Read this one.
Yeah, this one. Thank you.
What are the 3 types of cloning?
Cloning. Yeah.
Cloning. There are 3 different types of cloning. Gene cloning, which creates copies of genes or segments of DNA. Reproductive cloning, which creates copies of whole animals.
Therapeutic cloning.
Cloning, which creates
Embryonic stem cells.
Was Dolly the first cloned
Yeah, Dolly.
mammal?
Yes, Dolly was the first sheep was being cloned in 1984 in Cambridge. It lasts about, I think, 2 years, and after that, bye-bye, it's gone. So is it a good thing to clone like Dolly the sheep? And that was in 1984. The technologies might be not so good, but the really humans have the ideas of cloning. To clone some things like, if maybe see next week, I got time, I'll show you the video, how the Sec2 argue. So they are part 2. Part 1, they are doing the arguments of cloning. So let me see. Okay, war. Did we read this, Ziting? Have you read this? No, okay. Winnie, can you read to the class, please? War. That's the point.
Looking around, the battle scene was harsh. Bodies lay scattered on the ground, with the nauseating scent of blood surrounding me. I can hardly see, for smoke blinds my eye, and as I look around, my heart sinks and fills with sorrow.
What happened to my mouse? Wait,
I want this battle to end. Noises of gunfire hurt my eardrums, piercing and killing lives. The images and feelings scar me for life. This is the place of death, and I try to keep hope.
So this is a poem. She's talking about how bad war is. They see all the blood spilling all over the place. And maybe he was so tired after fighting a war, he might be, the whole face is filled with mud, and walking around to see whether there's any survivor or anyone that he can save or injured. And her heart sinks when she sees so many dead bodies around, and wondering why all this gunfire has numbed his ear, all the sound. That shows the devastating, the very what do you call this? Very why I want to use the word a very bloodshed and very grotesque and full of violence, full of the heavy noises that deafen his ear. It's true, guys. If you go to army, you will understand why. When especially you're flying the machine gun, I tell you, I tell you, you have to put your plug. It's very, very loud, seriously. And then when you start to the bombing like simulating in the war field, while the bombing, and then you imagine your instructor will be shouting at you damn loud. I'm talking about really damn loud. Then you dig your trench halfway, then you say enemy attack, fall. Well, then you have to jump into the trench with body of mud and everywhere. This is the simulation of war, and it is true. It is so sad. If you watch Hacksaw Ridge, which is really under not your age, this Hacksaw Ridge is a true story. Have you heard of this movie before? Anyone? Hacksaw Ridge. Okay, if you want to Google and watch this, go ahead. It's a very true story about this American soldier. He's a doctor. No, he's a medic. And he go to war and fight in the Japanese battlefield without holding a rifle. 中恒，他连一支枪都没有拿。Okay, 子婷, without holding a rifle, and yet he saved 77 lives. When he came back, he was awarded the Braveheart Medal. Inside the 77 life, he even saved a Japanese enemy soldier's life. You know, during World War II.
Oh, I know. I saw the video.
I tell you, it breaks my heart. I literally cried. Seriously, I cried. I really cried. It's so sad because when he was training that time, all his attack him, no, because he don't want to carry a rifle because of the religions, a Christian. That this Christian say cannot carry rifle, but have to serve the country. So when he went to serve the country, he literally went to the war zone like Yibao, correct? No? He really saved all his buddy out from the zone. As you know, the Japanese will do the harakiri and kamikaze. You know, really, it will show how the general or colonel, was it Colonel Saito, suicide, and the soldier will chop off his head. Now this is the real war scene. That's a bit very, very, very bloody. But it really showed me why I feel crying, because it reminisced a lot of life. Because as I was a soldier before, I know how the training was very tough. And there's another movie called Saving Private Ryan. And that was the very touching movie because 3 of his brothers was killed in the war zone. So the Americans had to fight all the way during World War II to Germany to take back this young Ryan back home. So 因为他要留种不要给他们全家人死光光. The whole platoon went to save him and all this thing. You watched that movie also?
Yeah, but like he almost died when the Japanese stabbed one of the dead bodies.
Oh, there is a hacksaw ridge. Yeah, correct. So you can see the bayonet. So the Japanese is very, very 很残忍的，真的真的. But I really respect the Japanese soldiers because they really die for the emperor one. They won't give up one, seriously. I leave it to you. Some people don't like this war movie, but I feel by watching it, I really appreciate life. That being in a small country like Singapore, and if you watch this China movie about the North Korea, 什么大长湖什么湖there's this 3 one. You know 什么湖嘉荣什么湖? You know about the North Korea one, right? Then where all the soldier was frozen in the snow, right? You know, right? The movie, it was so touching. I haven't watched the movie yet. That was the time where the Mao Zedong asked the soldiers to protect the North Korea. And when the US general came and saw this soldier was frozen, he literally took out his glove and salute to these people. This is called really hero leaders. You will not see in now people like that. As you know, a few days ago, got people take the knife, right? In Singapore, right? Wow, yeah. Wow. Seriously, today you go in Bangkok, no? This Malay guy took the like a katana, a very like samurai sword, taking and go and 去砍那个车, really hit the car, stupid, right? Then 要砍一个印度人. Are you Indian Muslim? No, very radicalized. 真的 Winnie 没有知道, you don't know? Anyone stay in
Is it the
Bangkok?
Bangkok one?
Yeah, correct. That's the one. And on the same night, they got another guy using razor to slash on somebody. And then on the
There was
same
3
night,
that day. There was 3
yeah,
that
3
day.
cases. 3
All
cases.
using sharp weapons.
Yes, all the knife. Children, if you see this, touch wood, I hope no, it don't happen. Why we want to do that? Winnie, the first one who walking that guy, he was on drugs. He was really on drugs. So Winnie, now I know why. The last 2 weeks when I was training in my police force, now I know why I need to be a bit tough. With these people, already a lot of crazy people around in Singapore now. Be careful. If you see them, you don't be a hero like say, 我是叶问跟你单挑please. You better run away. Okay? Don't, not worth it. 你懂那种 crazy people 杀人他们没有罪的。You should know. Crazy people 杀人没有罪的。Don't act hero. And then at the same right, 秦业, there this Bongo seafood, right? They were very rude to the staff. They smash the plates and then attack the staff. Things, yeah. So guys, why these are called like war, the internal war, psychological war, emotional war. When these guys Winnie, who slashed, he got 4 children there. The youngest, and he has been in and out in the prison for 2-3 times. So it's like, you know, he might be for a long period of time there. Very dangerous. So be careful. Esther, your dog is so cute. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I like this one. Esther, would you mind read to the class, please?
I will not play at tug of war. I did rather play at hug or war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone gains, and everyone closes and everyone gains.
When Esther was reading this, suddenly it reminded me of the Squid Games. If you watch the Squid Game, anyone?
Yes, yes, me.
Yeah.
Yes,
And,
same here. I feel
if
guilty.
you dare to say you watch, you are against committing a wrong is illegal, no? The legal
Yeah.
age is 16 years old.
I'm
And
18.
Susan, you dare to tell me you watch it?
I watch it. No, but it on the government website it says it's only a guideline for cinemas. I didn't watch it in cinema.
Oh, but you know, if you don't watch in cinema, you watch at home also consider wrong, eh?
I watch on TV.
Also wrong, eh? Because the guideline is parents' guardian must beside, no? Did your parents sit beside you and watch?
Yes.
Yeah, now you tell me yes. Even yes also cannot. But okay, this is a guideline. Qingye, well done. You're using your history and geography, inference and comparison and reliability and usefulness skills. You see, Susan, who say learning history is not useful in this skill? Honestly, I don't care what show you're watching. As long as I think it's a show that is relevant to your learning. You see, the Squid Game itself is a war, right? Agree or not, Susan? A war against greed, a war against friendship. Such a good friend, he can 出卖他朋友, but 最后他良心过不了. He is against his conscience, right? So he decided to sacrifice his life for that guy. So you see, war itself can be like the devil war fighting inside you. You see, no other war is so serious. Only the war inside your body, the subconscious, the good one and the bad one inside, to fight against it. So sometimes in life, imagine, Ziting, wait, Ziting 不见了. Ziting, imagine now you are a lawyer, okay? Then someone came to you, you are a famous lawyer. Then the son, 好像看 drama, the son hit a grandmother taking cardboard, okay? 可是他是富二代，你懂什么是富二代 right? Very super rich. 他赚到了 ，Daddy， 我赚到了，老人家不用紧，不用紧，我们打给律师指庭。So the father said, 指庭 I don't care how by who or by who, I want to make sure my son is not guilty and go to jail. How much money you want, tell me, I'll give you. Will you want to take this case? Anyone want to take this case? Jiarong, Winnie, Susan, Booker, anyone want to take this case? They said, I will give you anything as long as my son is not guilty, okay? I will let you to be my legal advisor for my whole company, as big as like Alibaba like that.
Wait, the son just hit the
son was drunk. Well done, Susan. The son was drunk, so he's driving a sport car, okay? And then he hit the traffic light, the red light, and then he skid, and then he hit the old lady. The old lady was injured quite badly and coma in the hospital. Then there's some witnesses that saying that this driver was the one. Will you want to fight for him? There's some loopholes in this case. There's a possibility that this 富二代 can be going scot-free. Scot-free 就是逍遥法外 scot-free. There's this such a word. Will you want to take this case? If you ask me, no. I will never take this case. Okay? And you know, I love to be a lawyer. And there's another case also. Liu Dehua one, 法外情. The lady was a prostitute. He was accidentally, she accidentally killed this 富二代 because this 富二代 crazy, want to tie her up, have to sexually harass her. So she accidentally killed the 富二代. Nobody in that law firm want to support and take care of this case for this prostitute. And what Liu Dehua says to the future father-in-law, 这样我读法律来做什么？法律是教我们这样的吗？我以为在法律的眼前是人人都是平等。这样我们读法律来做什么？ Wow, that was the most touching verse. And guess what 啦，嘉荣，那个妓女是他的妈咪来的，因为他小时候刘德华 was put in the orphanage home 孤儿院，因为他的 daddy 是好像gangster， 所以他妈咪就放在那边。So when he grew up, she always got this bursary award to go to London to study law. And the mommy tell the priest, say, it's an uncle who give him to go overseas and study. Actually, it's the mom who support him in the study. The war of wits, the war of consciousness. Susan, so will you want to fight? Will you want to fight for this case? No, Susan?
The car case.
You will be a millionaire, no? You'll be famous, no? But sometimes you're famous at the wrong reason. Ziti, will you want lawyer Ziti? Will you want to take out this case? No. How about Susan? Anyone want to take out this case? Want to fight against your conscience? Anyone? Winnie? You say you dare not to watch, right? Okay, this is the war, seriously. Yeah. So imagine now, Winnie. Okay, imagine now there's another war in Vietnam War. Can you imagine joke? Don't mind Jia Rong and Winnie, don't mind. Say both of you are good friends. So happen that Jia Rong, you get caught by Winnie. Okay, enemy. You are both enemy. Don't mind Jia Rong. So Winnie, your officers give you a gun and shoot her now. You must shoot her and kill her. This is happening in war, in Vietnam War. I'm telling you the fact because my godmom is a Vietnamese. She shared with me this. Imagine, Winnie, if you don't shoot Jia Rong, the officer will shoot your parents. Wow, Winnie, it's like, oh my God, what the WTF with the FML all come out with you. True not, Winnie? This is life, very sad. This is like, imagine this is your childhood friend who's playing with you, but because Jia Rong joined another group of soldiers against you, and he was caught. And it happened in the North and South Korea, no? True story, you know, when two brothers are separated, when two neighbors are separated, they are forced to kill their childhood friends. This is war. I hope it will not happen here. And I hope this will stop. By learning war, you see, you make history to understand humanities. By understanding war itself, humanity is not just like that. We must be patient to others. We must be kind to others. Why is there释迦牟尼? Why is there Jesus Christ? Where is there Muhammad, this prophet Muhammad? Or where is there this God coming in? Because they know humans has the 7 deadly sin in us to get rid of because of the society that we're living in. So just to share, we need very hard get to swallow, right? Seriously, that end up, one of my students, I suggested, you know what, I kill myself. I bang myself. It's a very difficult decision, really. So sometimes children, if you are living in Singapore now, the advice is study hard, get a good degree, and serve the society. So more people will be like you, then this world will be more gracious, more harmonious. 3H, people will have a happy relationship, will have a healthy relationship, will live in harmoniously. 3H. So the implications of an aging. So I would like to share with you about aging populations. Here is a very long list. What is your thoughts about aging? Ready? The decline, the society, the decline standards of an individual's health. Children, this is a very important topic. I expect all of you to pay attention seriously because in set 3, all of you will have to do this topic by social study. If you like it or not, you have to do it. It's a compulsory subject. Okay, Zhiting, Yibao, Qingyue, Zhonghen, and all of you, Zixing, all of you are listening. Do you agree that one day your parents and I will be aged, right? True or not?
Be what?
One day your parents and I will get aged, right? Age, that means 越来越老，对不对？对，不会啊。你为我吃仙丹啊，长生不老。
Okay. No.
Okay, may I ask, what if your parents is already 60 plus, coming to 70? So your parents say want to work in McDonald's, okay? Want to do cleaner, want to do some simple tasks. I think if anyone agree, thumbs up. If you don't agree, don't do thumbs up. I don't think any of you want your parents to work, right? Agree not? Agree? But if they are still very healthy, is that 很丢脸吗？做 McDonald's 不会吗？ Rather than they sit at home and do nothing, true not? No, seriously, Jia Rong, you might be a CEO of the company. Zhonghen, you might be a banker, or Winnie, you are a 陶给牛, you know, 老板娘，你的老公很有钱，整天去买 Hermes bag Okay, 木哥你也是很有钱. All of you are well educated, but your parents say, 女儿儿子, I still want to work part-time job lah. Stay at home very boring. correct no? 我会变成老人痴呆症 I need to work. True not? I mean, letting them, like what happen if you're if your mommy know how to do bakery, then you go and do volunteer work and help people and bake cake and give people. Do stop them, 对不对，子婷 correct no? Susan, if your daddy know how to teach Tai Chi Chuan to make sure that the younger one can be more healthy, correct no? Why are you laughing? Right, okay, your daddy know how to teach MMA. Wow, MMA. Whoa, laughing already. Okay. Your daddy know how to teach boxing, taekwondo, karate. Of course, the 60 plus cannot really. But if your parents can teach something like that and help the society, please do not stop them. Let them age graciously. I'm not sure any one of you, have you visited old folks home?
What?
Anyone visit old folks home? I tell you, you reach there, if none of you visit, please be prepared. Okay, Winnie, you went there, you see the old folks home very 可怜哦。
I didn't go into like that. I just wanted to perform.
Oh my goodness, if I tell you, if you go to Lee Amoy's home in Thompson, I tell you, you're sure shake, your hand will be shaking, you're crying like tears. Not one tears. You will see people feed through the nose. You see old people die on the bed because they are very violent. You see old people put their pamper and then pass motion and then the whole bed will sting like hell. And do you know these are all these old people who have made Singapore to be so successful. During their youth, that time, they sacrificed life for the country. And your parents are the ones who sacrifice their life now for your future. And can you be kind enough to put them in old folks' home? The implication of aging population is very true, not in Singapore, not in China, not in Japan, the whole entire world. It's going to be a problem, no? Yibao, Muka, Zhonghen, Jiarong, Zixing, Ziting, Esther. It's going to be your, you know why? Because nowadays, there are less and lesser children, less population, younger population. I was born in the baby boomers in the 1960 to 1971, that period where the baby boomer. So by the time we age, who is going to take care of us? You're using the AI robots? Are we using some things like the what do you call these helper? Few weeks ago, I'm not sure I shared with you. When I end my policing duty, I went to go and change back to my civilian clothes. Two of my officers came back late. So I asked them, hey, what happened? He said, you know what? When we came back, we have a case of an old lady who died at home alone. Her face was like, I think he fell down and smashed, and the whole face was quite bad. Until the whole body was so rotten with a bad smell, then the neighbor called. Poor thing, right? 80 plus lady died at home alone.
Is it like sitting on the chair?
I did not know. My officer just tell me that the poor lady just died at home. And then no, it's not ambulance, it's the mortuary cars who came and took her off. Very sad. And yesterday, because my mom is a dementia, my mommy is a dementia, so the dementia people came. Now they came out a technology. We need to think how. When the old people fell down on the floor, they got this sensor to detect. Within 1 minute, if this old person cannot get out, the sensor will trigger to the HQ and activate immediately to get someone to the house and make sure the old person are not seriously injured. So think, good technology, right? To make sure the old people are alone because. Sorry?
30 seconds better.
Yeah, because this is technology. This is the new generation. It's your generation, children. Because we cannot afford you to stay at home and take care of us. The world is getting more and more expensive to live in, more stressful. You need to take care of yourself, children. But at the same time, you must have a peace of mind to go to work, make sure your parents are safe at home, because sometimes you don't trust your helper to take care. You know what, Yipao and Susan Muka, one of my officers who trained together with me, his mom was being tortured by the maid. And he got a secret camera to put in front of the living room. You know what happened? He pushed the mom on the floor, dragged the mom to the toilet. The mom has some broken bones. And of course, the helper has been sued, confirmed going to jail already. But what's the point? You make the old lady suffer like that. I saw with the video, no? With my own eyes. So he asked me, Raymond, so how to trust to have another helper? In Japan, they have this helper, but it's in artificial intelligent robots. Do you want to have this kind of things? This is the future plans. This is the future aging population. This is the society we're going to live in. Are you ready to take it? Are you going to work hard for your future? If you're not going to work hard, your salary is 2,000-3,000. Can you support your family? Can you support your aging parents? Now you understand why? When your parents ask you to study, just shut up and listen. You will have no chance. I've seen some of my students, their mother passed away, their father in jail. They don't even have a proper life. This is the society that we are living now, getting more and more complicated, getting more and more challenging, getting more and more stressful. So in order not to stress yourself, ladies and gentlemen, just shut up, do a good job and study. If you think you are stressed, there are a lot of children stressed. You know what? I don't want to mention this. I was surprised last few weeks, I was having breakfast with my ex-colleague, which they are teachers today. Some of the students don't even go to school because their mother ran away, their father was in jail, was taken care by their few grandmother, and they have to call, hey, 你起来了吗？要去学校了哈，快点起来，不要睡觉了。That's primary school now today. And one of the boy, when he lift up his shirts, the whole body at the back are all cane marks. Cane marks, 藤条哎. The first thing he asked my friends is not why my mom caned me. He asked my friend why my mom doesn't love me. Is this a society we go? So you see, we do our best to help. This is where I leave it to you, the society. Is there any security for this? You see, Zhonghen, this boy, what is the kind of security when he grow up? He will hate a lot of people, correct? He thinks that this world doesn't full of love. So when you're writing this kind of essay, you must put your emotions, your feelings, everything inside to prove that you really understand the passage well. What is your thoughts on aging population in Singapore? My thoughts of aging population in Singapore is going to be very challenging. And imagine Singapore got $10 billion, $5 billion will have to put in place to take care of the aging population. Remember about the pioneer generation, the Merdeka generation of children? Your parents and I one day will be moving to that particular aging. And if you see all of you are not doing a good job, 我们的是真的是死不瞑目对吗，中恒？因为 one day 中恒、子婷、木哥、Winnie、嘉荣、子欣、Esther、Susan、怡宝、秦叶 and Ethan and 浩轩 if you are listening, one day you'll be aged, no? 你会老去嘞。当你看到你的儿子、你的孙子、你的 great grandson is not doing the right thing, whatever you build for this society, there is no security. Ready to get war. People will be eyeing on you. That is why 他们讲过福不过三代. A country also cannot survive too long. If you ask me how long Singapore can survive, not forever. You agree, not Susan? Will not be forever. Right? Agree, not Susan? It might be 200 years, it will collapse. Venice is a very good example. It lasted for 1,000 years until Napoleon. You know who is Napoleon, right? Napoleon is a very famous emperor. He came and attacked all the Venice, give up. You know why? You know why? Because by right that time they have their own national service. 中文就是他们的儿子要去做兵，可是他们很有钱 ，a lot of money. No. My son 中恒 don't serve army. I will buy soldier to protect Venice. So when the Napoleon came, right, the soldiers are paid soldiers, right? Say, hey, this is not my country. I surrender. Get idea now? Now you understand why country must have national service. Don't tell me you are just only 13 years old, 14 years old. There are some country 10 years old already carry an AK-47. You know what's an AK-47 now, Tzu-Ting? You know what's AK-47?
One of the famous guns.
The machine gun, yes. The Russian-made machine gun. Okay, Winnie. 5 years old playing Russian roulette already, or 10 years old playing Russian roulette. One bullet inside. no, killing the enemies like that. Take the prisoner to play like Russian roulette. They are supposed to carry textbook and laptop, not carry rifle or dagger. So please, I hope today's lessons, it's not just Sec1, because I prepared these notes, is for all the way to Sec4 and even higher learning. Remember, you are not here to study Sec1. You are here to prepare you for university. You are training your brain now. Some of you are IP students, for goodness sake. All right, think more than that. For goodness sake, even your Express or LA, I don't care who you are, for goodness sake, you have to think aging population is a milestone to reach there. You have to reach there. But how are you going to tackle this problem? Is first, you must study hard. Second, you must be well educated. You realize some of the countries are not well educated enough, and most of them, why they suffer, especially in Philippines, in Vietnam. Wow, I tell you, when I was in Vietnam, I can see Winnie, like your size like that, Winnie. I remember it's like a size. She carried a baby brother behind, and then holding another brother, younger one, going around on near the what do you call it, the 码头, the harbor, begging for money. I saw with my own eyes, when she was begging money with a group of people, that guy literally used the leg and kicked her. Kick her, you listen, kick her. I was like, what the? And the best thing, Winnie, the one standing beside me, is a police officer who is having dinner with me. I was like, aren't you going to do something? Right, true. You're a police officer, aren't you going to do something? It's sorry, it's just like that. I thank God I'm in Singapore. Maybe your parents, maybe your grandparents will share with you. Sometimes spend some time, good quality time, and sit down with them, mommy and daddy. How was your world like during your youth? How was it like, grandma and grandpa, when you are teenagers? Then I tell you, some of your grandparents, when they tell their story to you, they will literally cry. They will shed tears. Then you appreciate why today your parents are top-notch people through the hard work of your grandparents. Because when they age, they'll never come back. When they age, the only memory is that ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So when your grandparents and parents are aging, please spend quality time. Hey, for goodness sake, don't every time play your handphone, continue to play your handphone. But when your grandparents happen to come to your house, please sit down and talk to your grandparents. Share with them, because this will never last forever. 没有打游戏机不会死嘞。可是如果你没有好好坐下来跟你的父母亲、爷爷奶奶讲话，也是不会死的，你不会死了。But you will regret for the rest of your life. Trust me. I leave it to you. I never regret my life. When I was young, I spent a lot of good quality time with all my grandparents. That's the reason, one of the reasons why I love history so much. Because my grandfather came all the way from Putian, China to Singapore, went through World War II, witnessed the war, shared with me the racial riots, everything. So today I appreciate life. I thank God for that. Let's go, Jiarong.
War is a conflict between different groups. It's a waste of time. War is a destruction of friendship. This hurts people and their families. War might cause global warming, as all toxic air came out after bombs. This will not help in our environments. Innocent people were dead for the war. Many people could not escape from war, thus they lose members from their family. Everyone hopes that there is no war taken anymore. So, security is the quality of being secure. In order to keep us safe from internet. And now in our phones, we must have settings of password, privacy, turning off our locations, and more. Government schools have also spent a lot of money on to stay safe in real life and on the internet. As of now, more hackers have come to stop and hack.
Wait, stop. I think that first of all, before we continue, I need to emphasize this word here. Let me, all of you pay attention, please. I cannot take it. No hard feeling. This is not sarcastic or anything. I cannot take it. This one here. Jiarong, you do not have nice handwriting. You have just awesome handwriting. Which is good, right? The way you look at me. So nice or not nice? It's super nice. So with such a good handwriting, and then you spell the word H like N. Please, sorry, because this, you're express student, right? Express or IB, express student, your essay is going to scan like this, and send to Cambridge to mark. The Amor, you know it's Amor, right? We know who's Amor, right? The Cambridge, Amor. Imagine you look at this, you might think it's an N. Agree? Or even you. So for goodness sake, can you write long like that? Okay? Don't be shy. Don't give 50% discount for it. Because if you're going to do like that, you see the H like that. First, thank God your handwriting is very nice. Imagine your handwriting is really very bad. And you're going to write like that, straight away, I tell you as an examiner, I'm going to mark you down. Sorry, because this is the first time you submit the essay. I'm not going to mock you, not to debase you. Uncle Raven, you suck. Next time I'm going to hand you your homework. That is you are the one at the losing side, not me. I'm telling you the fact of life that your handwriting is really very, very good. Seriously. But so it's not fair if the examiner were to penalize you this one. 明白我意思吗? Not fair. 明白吗? So how come I can get A1, I become B3? You understand what I mean? I'm so sorry to say some of your teacher won't bother to tell you this, right? I am very particular in handwriting. Jiarong, when I was primary school writing, my handwriting was so sucks. I had to put my knuckle like that, and my teacher had to take the ruler and really literally hit my knuckle. Seriously, Ziting, imagine your teacher do that to you. What will you do? The feather fly is covered. What will you do, Susan? Esther, what will you do? If your teacher will take a ruler and hit your hand with a bad handwriting, what will you do? You complain, right? Obviously, correct. Yes, Ipa, will you complain, right? Our time, we don't complain. We have to suck it up and take it. That's why I improve my handwriting. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Carry on, Jiarong. Carry on. Yeah. Jiarong, can you carry on, please? I can't hear you.
Hackers have come.
Wait, I thought you are dancing, no? Oh, I'm waiting for you. Sorry, carry on, Jiarong.
Hackers have come to stop people. Everyone is spreading the news to prevent others from being hacked. In our condos,
you see your news and your H, get your hacker, get it out. Oh, careful,
In our condos, there will be securities protecting us for 24 hours and for our safety, so that no robbers would come in to steal our valuables. In conclusion, we are thankful that Singapore is a safe place, and I hope everyone understands that safety is first.
Okay, so this is the things that I rephrase for you. Okay, so let's close it first. You got my message already, Jiarong? Okay, so later, okay. Let's talk about who's I think Hao Xuan today is not in, so I will not read his essay. If you don't mind, I will read Susan. Susan, let's go.
War causes misery, thousands of blood wasted, families separated from another. Tears stream down the family cheeks as they see their sons go. A waste of resources indeed, harming the country and its citizens. How wonderful would it be if the world is peaceful?
And you should add like that, Susan, to end up with a full. How wonderful would it be if the world is peaceful? So wonderful and peaceful. Oh, okay, fine. But you can add, how will it be like to be delightful when there's no war to end it in such a pitiful, something like that. You rhymes it, okay? That's good. Thank you so much for your poem. So next, I would like you to tell me whether this poem from the Set 2 students, how do you think they fare? Ready? Go. Okay, so these are the P4 one. You don't talk about it. P4 one, they're going to submit. So everyone must submit the war poem. Do you know next 2 months is very important in your life? Did I tell you before? Zhonghen, Yibao, Qingye. Do you know next 2 months is super important in your life? Yeah, Susan, don't look at me like that. It's really, I'm so sad. It's so important. Esther, do you know why is that thing so important, Esther? Muga, do you know what happened? 2个月后是在你生命中最珍贵、最重要的。
2个月是5月。
5月啦，2个月不是5月咩？现在是3月吗？2 months what? Correct. Seriously?
After 2 months what?
Sorry, Susan, what did you say?
You say exam.
哦，你真的不要，这个 exam 不重要的 ，confirm 你们会 pass 的。Anyone? I give you the hint already. 嘉荣、秦月、子婷、子欣。Where am I looking at the ceiling? 子欣, where am I looking at the ceiling? What is that important day? Think about it. I come back to you. Zhonghen, can you read to the class, please? Story of a cruel angel.
A gunshot fills the sky. The commander's skin sings out the battle cry. The graves of the soldiers so badly done. The story of the evil has just begun. Tanks and artillery roll down the road. Buildings and apartments explode. The generals sit in their office
Unfazed.
Despite the damage their damn enemies blazed. Finally, the soldiers lay down their guns. The damage of the world cannot be undone. Life and death are all intertwined.
Yeah, carry on.
An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Like an angle descending from the heavens, a wall sets blaze of devalued impressions, implouding, overwhelming wave just unjust, ash to ashes, dust to dust.
Like an angels descending from the heavens, the wall set the blaze of devilish impressions, impounding overwhelming wave of unjust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. By Han Ling. Next, this guy is from Nanhua. I think it's Nanhua or Nanqiao. Okay, this guy is supposed to be Qingye. Can you read to the class, please? Qingye. Hello, Qingye, hurry up, please. Qingye, turn on the camera and read.
War, like a thorn in a rose, it pierces the heart of even the most bold. War, a cruel force, turning places that once were into environments of hell. War, a time of endless bloodshed, ripping loved ones from the warmth of their family. War, a place where no one wins, no matter what anyone says. War is a terrible thing.
This guy is from RI. Okay. Can I have Susan to read this?
The snow falls white on the city today, but wreckage litters everywhere. Bright flames dance across, melting the white, like sakura flowers blossoming wild blooms on the snow, bright red stains. War has no justice, nor any peace, as no one will be safe from that. Being
Pawns in the conflict of it. 就是那个棋
caught
子。
in the conflict of leaders.
I can't remember she's in which school. I think it's one of the shucks. I have to check. Sorry. Okay, this one. Guys, does it look like a gun to you? Excuse me, everyone, pay attention. Look at the screen. Does it look like a gun to you? The words are supposed to form a gun. Does it look like? Zixing,
Yes.
then you read lah.
War symbolizes blood and death.
No,
War symbolizes.
Zixing is reading. Zixing.
Oh,
I want Zixing.
you told me to read.
No, I thought it's you are Zixing, so sorry. Zixing?
War symbolizes blood and death. War symbolizes fear and threat. From dawn till dusk we fight and brawl, till our muscles draw. From dawn till dusk we mourn and crawl. Father and sons dead. We are filled with regret. Oh, I wish this nightmare is over.
Wow. The mere unpleasant frustration, but it separated very well. So you see, very creative 哦，木哥，哦，他把那个诗变成一支枪啊 ，to show the violence of war, war against terrorists, war against criminals. You see, to form it. She's from RGS. So tell me, out of so many points, can I have a show of hand? Which one do you think is good? Okay, you may type in your answer in the chat group, or you can just set it up. No, it's not Youth Day. Youth Day is on July, my dear Zhonghen. Which one? Han Ling, or Kai Wen, or Qian Ru, or Guo Ren? They are also good now, Winnie. In fact, all of you will be good also. Now you see, the set 1 will evaluate the set 2, set 3, set 4. The set 2, set 3, set 4 will evaluate all of you. So the 12 of you, I'm waiting for your war poem. So tell me which one is the best so far here. I still got a few more to come in. Zixing, which one do you think is best? It's good. The first one by Zhonghen. Okay, thank you. Because I need to tell them tomorrow and Thursday, Friday is my class with them. Okay, I go with Winnie. Winnie, which one do you think is best? Can't decide. Okay, you have to decide. Esther, which one do you think is the best? Esther? Muka, which one do you think is good? I give you 5 seconds. If I don't hear you, I'll move on to the next person, okay? Muka, which one do you think is good? Susan, which one do you think is good?
The one with flowers.
Oh, the sakura, is it? Qian Ru, okay. Is it Qian Ru? Yeah. Thank you. How about Ziting?
The first one.
Oh, Han Ling. This one, an eye for eye. Okay, thank you. How about Jia Rong?
The one like with snow sentence.
Oh, snow. Okay. This is this one.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Zixing?
The second one.
This one? Is it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, why you choose this one? Interesting. Why you choose this one? Quick lah, you must got a reason. Come on. What's the reason? Can't tell. Zhonghen choose the first one. Yibao, which one you choose?
I also like this one.
Qingyue, you like this one?
Yeah,
Why?
it's just guts.
Oh, okay. I like the way you said it. Okay, fair enough. Good. Yeah, sometimes you buy things or like the things just cause you just feel it. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, Yibao, which one do you choose?
The second one.
Also this one?
Uh-huh.
This one? Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. Esther, which one?
Last one.
Last one, the bang bang one, the gun. Okay. How about Muka? Which one? Muka, which one you choose, Muka?
The second one.
这个啊？这个什么？ Is it this one? This is the second one.
就是这个。
Sorry? This is the first one. Let's put number 1. Okay, then this is number 2. Okay, and this is number 3. And this is number 4. So Muka, which one?
Number 2.
Sorry, I beg your pardon?
Number 2.
Number 2 这个啦。Is it this one?
是的，是的。
是啊。Okay, thank you. Esther, your turn. Okay, later you Susan has done already. Susan, if you want to improve some more, as you can see, right, these are the set 2, 1. I'm going to show you my set 3 and set 4 next round, and then I'm going to show you my P4. So be fair, one of them is my son, so I don't want to be biasness or favoritism. I want you to choose the best. Okay, Esther, you need to choose. Come tell me which one you want. Esther?
I thought I chose already.
Sorry?
No, I already choose.
Did you? I'm so sorry. I didn't know which one you choose. I didn't hear from you.
The last one, I think.
The last one also. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Okay, I just realized your grandparents are overseas. Never mind. You can Zoom with them and say hi to them. I think continuous to talk to them. Sometimes call them, WhatsApp them. Okay, now go back to the questions. What is so important?
I haven't choose yet.
Oh, so sorry, my dear Winnie. Guess.
I choose the last one.
Wow, very competitive. So there's a lot of vote from 1, 2. Well, in fact, all got equal vote. This one also. Okay. Honestly, when I look at this poem, I really being fascinated by the creativity is there already. Okay, it's really put the real meanings of it. That he's so creative. You see, if someone is really passionate to write, yes, she will write. And she's the only child at home. And guess what? She came and visit me in my shop that time in Plaza Singapura and share with me her aspirations. I think she wants to be a lawyer. Say, wow, well done. Okay, there's nothing impossible in your dream. I got one NA student who want to go VJC, Victoria Junior College, which is set 3. Okay, he's a specially autistic boy, but the mom don't believe me until that day when I think you all got your report book already, right? You got your result, right? So he got a lot of A's, all the ones, and English was pretty well. But yeah, he got a result, right? So he was very fascinated. No, sorry, the mom was very fascinated to see the result like that. I say, see, you must have faith in your son. So children, if you have seen your result and you think you're not satisfied with your WA result, then please put away whatever like your gamings and force to do it properly because the next 2 months is Mother's Day. The moms who give birth to you, who have lost a lot of blood during the process of giving birth to you, who bring you to this world during the 10 months of pains, and when they deliver, some of them is cesarean, have to cut the stomach, some of them come from the natural birth. Think about the days and night your mom take care of you. So may I have the second poem, which is called the Mother's Day poem. Write the most beautiful poems tonight. Some of you might be first time writing this poem in your entire life. Okay, in your entire life. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Some of you might be writing for this essay for many times. I'm sorry, this poem for many times. Whatever it is, children, I would really like you to write a beautiful poem to give it to your mom and show the appreciation. You got 2 months to write and think about it. And I want to choose the best poem for that. So this is also in line with your literature about writing the 4-4-4, the stanza, you know, the 4-line, 4-line, and 2-line. Okay, some of you is so if I have the chance, I can show you some of them who wrote a poem. They make a poem into a rose. You get the idea? So touching, right? In the rose, then 那个 rose 不是有那个 stalk 对吗？青色对吗？那边他写 mother's love. Wow, I tell you, whoa. Coming here, it's not about A1 in your study. I want A1 in creativities. Okay, this is not your school. This is a crazy school. A crazy class to give you your best imagination you can dream of. Like just now, Winnie was asking, what is the difference between Russia and Ukraine or Ukraine and Russia? And then Iba was asking me some questions, so I can't remember. Qingye was also telling me, yes, you learn this in Catholic. Now you understand why, Qingye? Very useful, right? So whatever you learn, there is definitely will use it one way or another. That is for sure. Okay. Now you have a few homework. One of them is a compulsory, okay? Children, listen, compulsory. It's a must. You need to do. That is the war poem. Susan, I urge you to enforce it to a few more lines to make it more interesting. Now, only in this class, if I'm not wrong, only Susan did the poem. I know you're going to start school. You got a lot of homework to do. I know, but you still need to do war and cloning. You guys are supposed to go in a group there and discuss, but because of time constraint, I expect you to discuss it. And next week, we're going to bring out the war and cloning. And then if I have the time, I will show you the video of the set 2, how they debate it. Because through that debates and questioning, surprisingly, Jiarong and Ziting and Muge, this set 2 boy, last year, the whole year, halfway through, the mom was so fed up, he decided to throw him out of the class and out of the house, no, Jiarong. Really throw out of the house. He loved badminton so much. And the whole year, he only did for me 4 or 5 times of homework only. But that day, during the debate for war and cloning, he gave an impromptu answer. He was one of my best debater speaker. Trust me. If I have the time, I'll show you why is he so good. He won the rest, like, okay, Warren, the groups, you know, and the Kaiwen. Some of them are from the IP school, so I have a good mix with them, so that it's all equal. So think about it, of how you're going to write the war and cloning, the essay, and also the aging populations, and of course the war poem, okay? Because after that, we have other things to share, the society and security, and we have to do comprehensions or editing, okay? All right, can children? I hope, let me stop the recording now.